Book 1, Chapter 23, Attic Nights. Who was Papirius Praetextus? What was the cause of this cognomen? That's a surname, a last name. And the history of him, super, we see Aulus Gellius using super instead of day, concerning this same what's his name? Papirius. So it's also history concerning the same fellow. Okay, so that's the intro in the italics. Jucunda history. So it's a pleasant history. Cognitus is a fourth declension. So the history, here is used day instead of super. Here, the history concerning Papirius Praetextus, it was dicta, it was said, and it was scriptura est, and it was written by Mark Cato. In a narration, qua, which was used to the soldiers against Galba, with multa venostate, with much charm and beauty indeed, and a bit of brilliance and light, and a bit of munditio, which usually means cleanliness or elegance of words, verborum. Part 2. Ea verba, these words of Cato, looks like dative to this, process absolutely, commentary to this, looks like he's using a subjunctive here for the coulda, woulda, shoulda. I should have I should have included these words in this work if he had a copia of this book, so if he had a means to this book or access to this book at that time when I was dictating, when I was dictating these words. 3. Quod C. But if not the virtues and full dignity of the words, but queris, you seek to sciri, to know the matter itself. The matter, nearly almost, is to this modum in this way. Part 4. The mos antia, previously the custom to the senators at Rome, was into the curia, in the accusative, into introre, to enter with their praetextus filus. That means he's like a young son. Praetextus is the robe they wear. Then, when in the Senate, they've got a consulta. They're consulting or deciding on a res major quaespem, on some type of major topic. And it was prolated, which means it was deferred into posturum diem, into the next day, placuitque. And it was decided that this matter, the eam ram, over which they were handling or discussing, tracta vicent, not anyone should enunciate. No one should announce what's in it, I'm guessing, prior to it being decreed as an outcome. And now, after that comma, looks like we'll start another sentence. The mother of Papiri the Purai, the mother of the boy Papyrus, who with his parent, his father, as we saw, it must be one of these, had been in the curia, in the Senate house. She, per conta est, she asked her filium, she asked her son, quid nam, what's going on in the Senate, or what the patres, what were the fathers are dissenting in the Senate. Now we know that's a no-no. 6. The poor, the boy, responded that tacemendum esse, that he must be quiet and non-licet. He wasn't allowed, if you look in the impersonal verbs, he wasn't allowed to dicerere, he wasn't allowed to discuss the issue, neither was the thing allowed to be said. The mulia, that's the woman, the boy's mother, she became cupidio, she became more desirous of audiending, of hearing. The secrecy of the matter and the silentium of the boy, he vibrated, it beat her animus, her heart or her mind, to inquire. So she was very desirous now. Piqued is piqued her interest is what the lobe uses. So therefore, igator, she queried, she asked, more compressius, more pressingly and more violentius, urgently and violently. Then the boy, with his ablative absolute, with his mother urging on, lepidiliously, charmingly and festively, more jokingly, he took counsel with himself of a lie, of a mendaci. So wait, then the poor, then the boy, and I've done that, haven't I? Dixit, he said what was being acted out in the Senate was whether it should seem more utilious, more utile, for the Republic, you might want to say, for someone to habit it, should he have one or two uxors? Should a man be able to have one or two wives? Or whether one who was nupted, as said it, one who was married, maybe put to us, maybe she should have two husbands. So 9. She, Illa, when she ordervided hoc, when she heard this, her animus, her heart, her soul, her mind, compavescid, grew fearful. And trepidans, trepidatious or shakingly, she egredated from the dome. She left the house to the cateras matronas, to the other women. 10. So they pervenated to the Senate. Again, pervenit takes adorin. So they arrived at the Senate post-ridi the next day, a caterva, a big gang of the familias matrons. These are the mothers of the households. They've all turned up. Anyway, so these women, they're lacrimantes and obsecranting. They're crying and beseeching. They begged. One, that's female, so one female rather, that she should nupta, two men, the U means male, rather than that to unai, to one man, unai's male, should have due female, should have two females. 11. The senators who were ingredienting into the curia, are walking in, the thing which these the madness, this madness and intemperies, fifth declension is it, of these women, and what postulating, what they were demanding for themselves, what they were wondering. So Mirabanto also means they were wondering what they wanted. Istak, this thing. Istak's one of my favourite sort of pronouns as well. Anyway, the boy Papyrus, part 12. So he progressed into the middle of the curia, and what his mother had insisted to hear, and what Ipsi himself had dixested to the mother, what he had said to the mother, the rem, the matter, just as it had happened. Sicut furant, he denarrated it. Anyway, the senatus, the senate, the fidem, the loyalty, and the ingenium of the boy, they exosculated it, they kissed it, they praised it. And they made a consultum, they made a decision, so that post-tac afterwards, boys with their patribuses, with their fathers, ne introent in curiam, they should not enter into the curia, besides this one Papyrus. And to the boy, postea afterwards, for the sake of honour, there was a cognomatum given, inditum of praetextus, because of his cacending, which is being silent in the gerund, because of being silent, and of what he spoke in his age of praetexta, of being young. He had prudentiam, he had wisdom. And here's the daily dictionary word. Exoscula, to express fondness for, admire greatly, and kiss fondlingly. And that's the end of the story.